Hi, this is Michael, and this is my review of the Mr. Coffee K-Cup single cup brewing system as made popular by the Keurig company. Once you unbox everything, this is what you're going to end up with. You get a quick start guide, you get a little blurb here that shows you how to use this handle on the water reservoir, and I'll show you that in a second, and then the user manual. You also get a starter pack of 5 K-Cups, and in case you're not familiar with the K-Cup, it is simply the easiest way in the world to make coffee. Coffee is in the K-Cup, and all you do is you drop it into the little holder here, and then clip this down, and you're ready to brew a cup of coffee. But I'll get to that in just a second. Here is the water reservoir, and the lid just lifts off. You fill it with water, and then there's a handle on the back here, so you can stick your hand in here to help you place it on the Mr. Coffee machine itself. Okay, so there we have it. And then you have a drip tray, and this comes apart, and then if you are just using a regular cup to make your coffee, you just leave the drip tray in place. However, if you're using a travel mug, it's not going to fit, so you just remove the travel tray, and then you've got room for your travel mug down there. So what else is nice about the Mr. Coffee is that if you are not going to leave it on your counter all the time, there is a little reservoir in here, a little cord storage area, so you can just wrap the cord up inside there. So once you plug it in, there's the on-off button up here, and this turns the unit on and it begins preheating the water. You may be able to hear the pump working, so the pump is drawing water into the water reservoir in here, which will then be heated. And then you have 3 cup sizes here, 6 ounces, 8 ounces, and 10 ounces, and you use the little button down here to select what size you want. And then this blinking light is merely saying that it's preheating. So as soon as that goes off, then I will be ready to make my cup of coffee. And to make that cup of coffee, you just push the brew button. So it normally doesn't take too long for this to heat up, and once it's heated up the very first time, it'll cycle through the next cup of coffee quite a bit faster. All it has to do is draw the water in, and then it just warms up very quickly after that. Okay, you can see that the preheating light is not blinking anymore, and that the light is now on the brew and off switch. So we're ready to go. Now I'll just tell you that the very first time you use this, you're going to want to run just water through here without a K-cup in here. That just cleans everything to make sure that it's all clean from after manufacture. Now this has a 40-ounce capacity in the water tank, and you will get an indication if this is getting low on water. So we're ready to go. I've got my K-cup in there. I just push the brew button, and this will make 1 cup of coffee for me in just a few seconds. There are slight motor noises as the water is pushed through the K-cup, and then once the cup of coffee has been made, there's another motor noise as water is drawn from the water reservoir back into the Mr. Coffee machine to heat up for the next cup of coffee. After you make a cup of coffee, the machine will remain on unless you turn it off. However, there is a feature with this that you can set it to automatically turn off after 2 hours. And the way you do that is you hold the serving size button and the brew button, hold them both in together for about 5 seconds, and that will then cause this machine to go off after 2 hours of non-use. And that's as simple as it is. As soon as it's finished brewing, you can open up the dispenser, remove the K-cup, toss it away, and you are ready to go for your next cup of coffee. Now I should also mention there are, if you don't want to have the ongoing expense of using K-cups, there are various other options available to you. You can use this type of a refillable canister. You grind your own coffee, you put it in here, and then you don't need to constantly be buying the K-cups, which can be quite pricey. But this would work just the same way. You just refill it and clean it when you're done. So if you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll answer it if I can. Otherwise, thanks for watching and enjoy your Mr. Coffee.